plenty of lockdown LAN. I've lost count. There's so many. I hope you guys are all thoroughly 22. See, I can't even count. Hope you're all having a wonderful quarantine. I also just realised I wish that when I hit go, it went ba-doink or something, because I hit start and then I had to stare at it like a lemon, waiting for the little green light to light up. So tonight, the general consensus was Dawn of War. Some of us have played Dawn of War. Some of us haven't played Dawn of War since it came out. I've just realised my Steam is currently offline because the last thing I did before I started this was upload a build of a game. So let me rerun Steam and then we will start a game up. So what we're going to do, at least for the first one, we're going to have a 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2. And each of us will get an AI companion, except... Oh, actually no, because there's actually only 3 of us, so... Shao and I get 2 AI companions and Dave gets none. That sounds like a great plan. Excellent.
This does not feel fair. Hello, by the way, Adam.
Hello.
Sick.
I am impressed that the description is so awfully wrong. Oh, is it going to update the description in Restream? I am all new to this. When did Dawn of War come out again? 2004?
I want to say earlier than that.
Well,
Let's have a look.
Dungeon Siege was 2001. I know, I've just updated the description. Thank you for bearing with me, everyone, during this difficult time. And then it's like, why not make a Relic account? Why? How about I don't?
Yeah, I ended up having to do that because it just crashed every time the overlay loaded otherwise.
And I did a little bit careful because I moved the mouse off. So hold on. Let me just take to the menu options here. Campaign, skirmish, multiplayer. Aha, multiplayer. We want multiplayer, and we'll turn the game. Yeah, if you glance at the stream, by the way, that's the levels I've had to set the game to in order so you guys don't drown it out. That is literally as low as it gets. Anyway, I'm going to click multiplayer. What are my options? Online. What other option could there have been?
LAN.
That's still online. Well.
Right, so I just need to get this working. A resolution that's playable. There's local.ini.
We could do Bloodshed Alley. Just a 3-on-3 and then give us pairs mishmashed across top and bottom.
Oh, that'd be awful.
I guess Dread Alley, that looks kind of cool. I have created a password. No, I've created a game, sorry.
Okay, I will.
And I will create 3 computer players. And you may call dibs on what race you like.
Chaos for me, please.
Is that the I don't think we have chaos, do we?
We do.
What about you, Shauka? Any preference?
No preference.
Random it is. I'm gonna have orcs because Space Marines and orcs would just be weird. Toggle team colors on off. Now, how do I choose? I'd like you to be on my side because last time we ended up with just a very random selection of. Oh right, do I have to choose team colors? No. How do I tell you to be my friend?
Is there an option to define? You got locked teams on the right hand side, and you got auto teams as an option as well. There's a drop down there on the right hand, on the far right hand side.
Player set teams. There we go. Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3. There we go. You don't have to be on the same team as your AI, by the way, boys and girls. But if you don't, it's likely to go quite wrong.
Assume my AI is Team 3.
Yes. And Shauka, you're currently on Team 5. My goal, by the way, is to win by getting the most orcs killed.
It's a valid strategy.
Absolutely.
Oh, are we doing this left or right? Oh, blimey.
Well, I'm 1 and 2. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, look at the map.
Game options, start location. Oh, it's random anyway. So we do fixed. Let's leave it random.
That sounds like an awful idea, but it could be quite funny.
Schalke, you ready?
Yep.
If you're ready, use the tick box to show me that you're ready.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, I can't remember. All I remember, so for those of you watching going, oh, I know everything like this game, orcs have got a bar with the word WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA But that's me lot. Okay, these little guys probably build.
Wow.
We'll do it.
Wow, they went full Gollum in the voice acting for this, didn't they?
It's great. I've lowered the volume in the game like 3 times already, and
Mine-
it's so loud.
Mine is 1 notch off minimum.
Yeah.
As I said, it annoys me that this happens. All you have to do is take my input signal and make sure, right, it's at 4. You don't to compress it. Just make sure it's at least maximized. It's trivial to do that.
Oof, this is a big ass map.
A big arse map.
Yeah. We've got 30 resource points.
Is that a lot?
It's a lot.
What do I build on these little icons then? Settlement, boys hut generator. Nope. What do I build on the little? Oh, it's just a strategic point. Okay.
What do you want?
And you should have more people.
Hello? Who's there?
Hey,
How well are you placed next to your allies then?
Not very well.
Oh dear.
Is there an idle select next builder unit? Yeah, but is there a button just to without clicking?
Which way?
How high did you set the starting resources to?
I don't think so. I think just fast or something. I don't know.
Because... okay, that's fine.
Gretchen squad.
Wow. Is it really that solid of a...
Not enough orc resource. Brilliant. They didn't come up with a name for it. Just not enough orc resource.
They are orcs, simple creatures.
I need wow banners, I guess.
Oh, here, boss.
Time to build stuff.
Wake up, boys. Chaos, boys.
I remember like orcs, you get enormous squads. They die a lot, but
On our way.
What do you want?
I just love how completely crazy.
after playing TA and Subcom, I keep trying to zoom out much further than I'm allowed to. Oh great, I'm being mullered by 2 different AI right now. So I'm being attacked by cultists and guardians.
I hate to say it, but that sounds like your problem.
Literally, I've got 1 AI on one side and 1 AI on the other. Oh wait, I would say that there's AI all over the map now. I can see red dots.
What difficulty level are the AI?
I don't remember.
Oh, interesting times. That is a lot of orc.
Please, no more kissing. On our way. Please, no more kissing. Build it right up for you.
Edge yourself into that. You go there. You go over there. Are you attacking me, or is that your ally
no,
friend?
no, not me. I'm being mullered by AI left, AI right. Attacking is for people with competence and skill.
That.
Green is best. Wake up, boys. It's time
Oh.
for fighting.
Get enough one of these.
The dog and long. Where's the fighting?
Hello? Who's there? Time to build stuff.
Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, why is it? Just sent a squad back and only one of the guys left.
Do we have like 4 lots of orc?
Well, maybe. No, we've got Guardians and Cultists and Orc.
Okay.
I don't know what Shulker is, though.
LockDown.
Did I really? Oh no. Reinforcement queue is full.
It's just a constant fight. There's like 3 Chaos Space Marines just murdering all of my Orcs.
What is it? You need something.
Let's go and help my AI buddy.
I should invent some kind of machine that makes walking faster. We're under attack.
Shouldn't I have a commander of some sort?
Yeah, you build him from something.
Excellent, thank you so much for that.
You are welcome.
Who's ready for service? What are you waiting for? This is on my way. What can we do for you? We're ready.
Oh, it's Dawn of War 2 where the jetpack guys actually do like a massive knockback when they land, isn't it?
Yes.
Shame. I just did an attack and it just landed nicely beside the enemy. But no, hit them. Next build unit, thank you.
Gretchen is ready.
Oh my dear lord.
Good at boss.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I know. It's a lot better to having the AI joining in, I think. You're the pink ones, aren't you?
What gave that away?
He's gonna make it nice and strong.
Now, how do I upgrade my base? Ah, like that.
What are you waiting for? This is taking forever. The duck is in.
This character shouts the dock is in, but I misheard it's the duck is in. I'm like, what? Wow, they really weren't joking with the golem impressions. It's just ridiculous. I don't think I built one of these, so let's build one of those.
Dear Lord. Just everywhere.
I'm sure Roma had a good quote about fighting is messy, otherwise it'd just be a whole bunch of pushing and shoving. Can't quite remember it, but it feels appropriate. Whatever the quote was.
I agree. This is insanely messy.
Unforgettable.
It's time we get him in.
So up the left is just a constant flow of strategic resist points, critical locations. It's just, I'm not even having a moment's chance to read it. I'm sure it's full of useful and exciting information, and it can just wait.
We are just going to move down this road and see who's down here.
Every time I turn my back, my orcs have just advanced the whole bunch down this way without me. Like, I didn't send them there, but they've killed one thing, then moved to the next one, then moved to the next one, moved to the next one.
Brilliant. Oh, Eldar. We have an Eldar player.
Yes, I said we got Guardians.
Let's go say hi to them.
What is it? Yours. I got that good bitch for this fight. You need something. Hey, go boys. Ready for a fight.
Hello.
I'm sure I made some knobs, and I've lost them.
You're a knob.
I'm not a... Well, thank you, actually. So I've got grenades, and I can throw a grenade, and one of my, whatever it is, 12 people in this squad decided to throw a grenade. No, all threw a grenade.
Yeah, well, they're, you know, they're orcs. They don't do things by halves.
No, they did do things by half. They did things by 12.
Oh, we need some more of these, I think. And more of those. And apparently I left one of those behind. Oh, that's really sad.
Ah, run away. Should we run away some more, my lord? Yes. Yes, you should.
Which way?
Ah, right. War boss. Thank you. Worked it out. I kind of like the orcs because the reinforcements is basically self-healing.
Yes.
Not self-healing, I mean I've got to collect for some weird reason, but you know what I mean. Ah, well, you guys suck. So I apologise for not giving an excellent running commentary, but mostly I'm going, what does this button do? What does that button do? Where are these going? How do I do this? What are the pink things? What are the blue things? How do I make that?
I very much want this location.
Right, so you guys are rubbish against tanks. Tanks are tank busters. Okay, I guess it's all tanks. I think I'm winning.
I don't even know where you are at the moment.
I don't know who anybody is.
You'll know who I am.
You're pink. Yes, I've seen that.
I am bright pink. They melted. Some of those.
Here to blow stuff up.
Oh yeah, I built that and I had... Oh, well, here's already upgrades. More Dakar. Excellent. Blastier. Yep, more Bernie. I'm liking the sound of this.
Oh, I forgot these can be upgraded with ridiculous weapons. We'll have one of those set to that.
Hey, you know my orcs that are all, like, advancing into that chaos space? Now they've all come back. I don't know why.
Are they running away?
No, they're after their Eldar instead. Is there a button to select everything on the screen?
No idea.
Hooray! Someone, Team 3. Ah, that's Schalke. – You're gonna get this in just full points for just the engine, the sheer number of things it can get away with, especially like it's so old.
That's great. I've got no slowdown. I've got everything pinned to max.
Max. It's like people going, I want to run a game on Ultra. Like, this game has, you know, Ultra, but it ain't the same as a new game's Ultra, is it? Okay, guys, let them have the point. It's okay. It's the Eldar we need to worry about in the next 6 minutes.
I hate to tell you this, it's not the Eldar you need to worry about.
Is it not Team 3? What you were Team 2?
I'm not really winning. I'm having a loss of area.
Oh, well, in that case, we'll kill the Chaos instead then. It's fine, I've got all the shit I need.
No, that doesn't seem right or fair. Pick on my ally like that.
If I blip the map, does the AI join in?
That's a great question.
I suspect I know the answer. I'm having a problem actually selecting all my units. Hence the, can I select, I'm going to hit Control A, what's the worst that can happen? Will my Gretchen join in?
Ooh, more upgrades.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
Don't listen to that.
So I did like the micromanaginess of Dawn of War 2, because it was more Dota-y.
Yeah, Dawn of War 2 was a pretty good improvement on this. At first I wasn't happy with the reduction in base building and all that jazz, but ultimately I think it was for the best.
Yes. Fine, I've got 16% of the map. What do I need? 16. Let's say 16. Yes, I just scroll back towards my base, and there's just more mobs back there that just decided not to join in the fight.
I got just what you need! I got just what you need! No one's bigger a mooner than
Like you and you need to go over here. Right.
Hello? Who's there?
Hey, don't take that critical location.
What? Those two storm boys by themselves in the middle of your base? Good job, AI.
Oh yeah, your ally's been doing some strange.
Well, they're orcs. They don't know any better. I can confirm Control A does not select everything, and because of, you know, grenades and knockback, I can't even keep my freaking mobs on the screen. Oh yeah, I forgot those vehicles. I literally haven't built any. I forgot they're even vehicles. So good. Best of luck, Schalke.
You dead already?
Yeah, they built tanks. I forgot the game had tanks.
I just want that critical point.
Right.
Nope. someone go over there and capture it, please?
Hang on. Shalka, assuming you can see the Discord, I've just sent a photo to the chat, a picture to the channel. Hopefully they don't kill everything. Oh.
They shooting us! Homes is better, smaller, ruddier. Oh, hey, boss.
God, the animation's glorious, though.
Where's the fighting?
Not that you really get to appreciate it most of the time, but it is glorious nonetheless.
Oh, finally, someone from the squad that's trying to capture the point actually arrived there. I'm quite pleased how I went Space Marine and my AI has gone Demon.
You went Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos Space Marines, but they've gone Chaos Demons.
Oh, right. Anyway, I gave my stated goal, and you know, requisition points and capture points means nothing. It is who got the most deaths. Blood for the blood. No, wait, shit, that's the wrong team.
Oh, that's a lot of Elder. What about boys?
Which way?
Oh,
Bill more wag.
right.
Is it silent, G?
We'll do it.
I think it's Warg.
It's not wag. Definitely wah. Oh, I just flipped back and I've got a tank and it was in the air. Like someone grenaded it so hard it got flipped in the air. So there's no escalating anything in this. So in TA you have an escalating pressure of essentially you just end up more and more and more resources. But in this one you don't. So you can stalemate for the rest of eternity. Mobs don't get more. You'll just hit unit cap and then it's...
Yeah, pretty much.
Cap.
Use the
So
what?
I have an idea.
With the cap, you free up the cap by attacking.
Yeah, but no, you missed the point. The point is we could all be at unit cap and deadlock. There's no escalating win condition of any sort. I mean, theoretically, Subcom and TA have the same issue, but in practice, once you've got all the resources, it's not going to happen. Alright, lads, right, we're going to go for plan B. And plan B is not, while I'm not paying attention to you, run into the chaos space.
Sounds like plan B to me.
I just turn my back and they're just edging their way.
Who's there?
Stupid Eldar.
Oh god, I don't have any more way to place WAG.
Time you see that the way of the void is the best.
Did you watch the 5th part of the Starties, by the way?
I did. It was awesome.
Good. Very, very good.
I don't know why by this point Games Workshop hasn't flipping paid somebody to make that a reality.
Well, there are a couple of Games Workshop films, and apparently they're just atrocious. And people are going,
Well, this is it.
why are the shorts on the internet better? There's a brilliant one with a Chaos Space Marine taunting just Imperial Guard, and then a Space Marine comes along and says, you know, this Imperial Guard, he's the backbone of humanity. He is scared and he is afraid, but he still stands in front of you. And it's fantastic. And it's just completely third party. But yeah, Games Workshop have done a great job of essentially saying, please use our RP in a respectful way, and we're quite happy with that.
Yeah, they used to be an incredibly litigious company.
Yes, and then it was the Blood Bowl game where they were going, right, we're going to sue them, and everyone went, this is fucking good. Do a Blood Bowl game. We're not doing a Blood Bowl game. And someone then at Game Workshop went, you know what? We should. And then they just said, would you like the Blood Bowl license?
It's the way to do it, isn't it? Like, and then they went a little bit mad where anyone can make a game. But I think that's fine because the market will filter out the crap.
Yes. I have been tempted to do a Dark Future game because their one is just so poor. Like, genuinely, I was excited. Then I watched the trailer and went, your trailer looks boring. Like, how did you make a trailer look boring? How does that work?
I do have that from a Humble Bundle, but I haven't actually installed it. I do love that I've got most of my people set to range, and yet they still insist on running into melee combat.
I mean, I'd love to see a Space Marine game. Like, you know, epic scale Space Marine game. Like Dawn of War, not Dawn of War, sorry, Total War, but...
Yeah, that'd be so good. But I guess, well, no, because the gun's no different to archers, so they could easily do it.
Oh yeah, technically there's no issue. Just a question of investing a bunch of money. Oh god, they have a lot of tanks. Right, there are a lot of tanks, but no sensibility, and they're just ignoring me. Awesome.
Yes, Eldar, run to your deaths. Let the warp take over you.
I'm just like, I wonder where the enemy base actually is.
Your mind is like a fortress with the doors unlocked and the gates unbarred. Woo! There's lots of mines here.
They're not mine. I can do mines, but I forgot.
Right, do that. Unselect you so you don't accidentally get moved. Let's go for a walk up here.
So many units. I kind of wish there was an auto reinforcer option.
Yeah, well, that's added in Dawn of War 2. You push the retreat button and they go back and reinforce.
Yes. Oh, they kind of kneel down, don't they, when they get back?
Yeah.
It's integral.
Great.
So I can't
Great
get any more
strategy.
wildliners since I don't have enough room. So I need to capture another freaking base area. Oh god, I've just tabbed out. God damn it.
I'm in slight trouble.
Nonsense.
Correction, I'm in moderate trouble.
Wait, who's killing you? Is it Dave's mate or my Dave?
Pinks, the chaos, I think.
Morbits, kind of the goal of this series is to just play old games we would have played at LANs. And I don't even know what the UA mod is. Playing modern Dawn of War is not quite the same as the Dawn of War we would have played at a LAN. So this is I say old school. So no, this is just regular old Dawn of War. The only difference is I have used the forced high poly model option, and I've edited the ini file to forced high resolution textures.
I have done the same. It is glorious.
Well,
Until taken hold victory.
It's less shit.
yes. Less old.
Oh, stupid Shadow Council members. What I need to stop doing... Oh, never mind. I need to stop killing my heretics, who are my builders. They have a button to boost their building rate, but it also reduces their health. I'm hoping this is a human player in here.
I'm blood. I'm the red one. Green, red and green, red, green, and yellow.
Yeah, I'm going after an Eldar player because he keeps taking my critical point, so I have to teach him a lesson.
Until taken hold victory.
Damn it, they're going to cap it again. We're low on people.
was it Dawn of War 2 where the orcs got a you could press the button and they all went wah and got a big bunch of attack speed for a moment.
Why are you attacking me? Attacking Eldar? That's really annoying.
It's called divide and conquer. No, I didn't know what was here. You don't get much. Like, I swear, every fucking mob in this game can only see about 100 feet.
Oof, Eldar tanks are so hard.
I brought enough sticky bombs for all of you! Now, one of these is definitely my anti-tank ones, but I don't know what it is.
You're a builder, you're a builder, you're... Do I have any builders who are not building?
Now, Schalke has any sense to see he would have waded in and helped.
Oh, he's doing something else, I think.
I'm
He's heading
pushing
towards
back a little.
I think he's going to my main base.
Let's leg it!
Those tanks are really annoying.
Sorry.
This tank makes the loudest boom. Looted tank ready for blasting.
Oh, things are actually dying.
The loudest boom. We'll get there. We're under attack!
Those... You need more of those.
Sorry. The hell have my AI... I can see my AI player doing nothing. This is a whole bunch of Gretchen standing doing nothing there. He has achieved nothing. Right, why did I get stuck with the slow learner?
They take after ourselves, I think. Wow, this is actually the computer I've been fighting against. They've been putting up a brutal fight.
Which one? The Eldar one?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they keep... I mean, I've been literally the whole time attacked by the Eldar from the left and the other one to the right. The whole way through. It's been ridiculous.
Wow.
Here to blow stuff up. Well, we'll get there.
Oh,
Hold on to the pin.
here come the Eldar around the corner. That is not good for me.
Hey, I think Schalke's out or an AI's out. Who died? Who died? Was it?
I just got an AI.
My AI.
I like it just says. Oh yeah, I hope that's it says computer 2. Oh, the tanks when they shoot like flick backwards through the air. Oh, I didn't realise that. That's so cool.
That's because you got janky tanks.
Yes, of course I've got janky tanks. I'm gonna walk.
What now?
Just record they're not janky. They're
Please, let me
I have lost a lot of everything.
At the tanks. They shoot to blow stuff up.
Gretchen is ready.
I have quite a lot of those resources, and I should probably work out how to spend them.
Simple one from me. The resources are supposed to go down, not up.
I only built a couple of generators. I just haven't needed any more.
Point us at the tank.
Because you're not losing huge amounts of stuff.
Oh, he's funny.
This tank makes the loudest boom. We'll move.
Wow, they're brave bastards. Why are you running in like that?
Hello? Here's the...
Oh yeah, there's cover, isn't there? So a few of my guys just got a shield. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, if you're in water and things as well, you'll lose Or lose cover.
Yeah, no, they've just gained cover. I think that's the we're in a mildly tweaked thing. I'm hoping my AI pulls it back on screen. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I can see him. He just doesn't seem to be doing anything.
On the flip side, you're making a mess of my AI.
Because he's been hammering me the whole time. He started it.
Yeah, start to close my buildings.
My biggest problem is every time I need to select someone, I need to highlight a lot of characters. Like, more than fits on the screen. Like, easily. My army covers more than a screen, and then I'm like, I don't really know how to...
Right, let's move everybody in a bit further.
And there's no way to easily select everyone apart from the people who are... Like, I can't select a load of units then deselect just one, can I? Shift select doesn't do that. Never mind. Tactics are for filthy humies.
So what's the win condition?
Top right.
Control the 2 points. Switch slot.
66% of that or over 50% of that. I'm at 26%, so that ain't gonna happen, is it? I mean, or if you get killed, I mean that's always kind of an inherent lose condition.
If we leg it, we can fight again another day. Squad's got their morale. Moving
Now, I'm sure I told you guys to have rocket launchers. And it'd be good if you had rocket launchers, and you don't seem to have rocket launchers. Somewhere I've got a boss, and he's got some skills. Oh, I have a button for the boss. There you are.
Nice. Yeah, I'm dead.
Get down to here! I just have the very vague approach the AI take to what it helped them to do. Do this. They're like, well, I'll go near what you said, but actually hurt that?
Right, who are you? I declare you Group 9. I just have constant cackling from my people.
Sorry for you, I've just got... Maybe we run away, we can fight another day!
Can I get any more?
Like,
Anything.
Every time I scroll, there's just more orcs outside my view range not doing anything.
Oh, there goes my ally.
Yeah, he hadn't built anything either.
This is deeply saddening. Annoyingly, I think a certain Humi player built himself a second stronghold.
We didn't have any human players.
I mean, Eldar.
They're not cubies.
Well, it's truth. They're sort of fairy-esque, aren't they? Oh, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You can have units that are part of multiple hot groups.
I thought you were going to say fairies, and I'm like, is it? I genuinely can't select all my units now. You can't even scroll while shift-clicking. I can't start to drag and then finish the drag. What I do like about this game, because it's Games Workshop, everyone's British. Like, the orcs are British. This now belongs to the orcs! As opposed to any... I think, are they even... are the Imperial Guard British as well?
Yeah, I believe so. I think pretty much everybody is. They all sound best for it.
Well, I mean, I was watching Thunderbird. I've been watching Thunderbirds on YouTube, and I've forgotten how British it was because it was done in Slough in the 60s.
Amazing. Oh, that's not a good sign.
So I've sent my orcs to do stuff, right? And honestly, they're taking up about 5 screens to the beginning of the column of troops to the end. And they're not doing a very good job on, like, spreading out or anything like that.
Could you please leave those dudes alone?
I don't... Oh, like I have control. I don't even... How do I even tell as my WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA
is at the top by your blue resources.
Oh, okay. Cool, it's going down.
Oh my dear lord. Right, my boys are here. Let's have a fight. Let's put everyone into a berserk frenzy. See what happens.
Green is best. Wake up, boys. It's time for fight.
I hear you screaming, Mr. Zeefy.
Is that the cat?
Yeah. I haven't met him in a while. Plus I had stay killing, he got the offcuts, so he's like, more of that.
What do you
My
want?
dear lord, this is brutal. Would everybody stop getting shot?
It's time for fighting. Tank ready for blasting.
Oh, wait. F12 doesn't do what I thought it should do.
Yeah? What do you want? Where's the fighting?
I think I have been under-reinforcing my squads and building too many new squads.
I don't think squad reinforcements count towards the cat.
No, like, but that gives me less units to actually click on.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we need to... Did you set your body persistence to the maximum setting as well?
Everything's cranked to maximum.
So there's just fields and fields of dead bodies everywhere. It's brilliant.
Looted tank ready for blasting. This tank makes no hit, boss.
Send you to that side.
Looted tank ready for blasting.
Yeah, I think I probably should have just built one of each type of squad and just reinforced it up the wazoo. I think that might be my problem amongst all my other problems.
Oh, here, boss. This tank makes the loudest food.
The mix of weapons is important as well to sort of identify what your opponent's using. If they've gone heavy with tanks, for example, then
I'm sorry. That might be your plan. My one, I'm sorry. There is a doctrine to follow, and it has two words in the doctrine. And the first word is more, and the second word is DACA. That's how you do this. I don't hear any of you or anything else. Anything else you say. Shalka, have you got anything, man? Now is the time. Dave has none of his units in his base. Now is the time to just wander in and just take all the stuff. What have you got?
I can try to spook him as a ghost.
Excellent.
I may have dealt with that problem.
Oh, here, boss. Yeah, we're on our way.
This planet belongs to the warp now.
Where's the fighting? Here, don't speed up. Throw the other part.
I did choose all rocket launchers, so we'll see how well that goes. Oh, actually, quite well.
Let's leg it!
Come on, orcs. So just a reminder, the victory condition is if I lose the most units, I win. as everyone agreed on before we started. Dave on the had a pity playing Space Marines like they are orcs.
Oh, there's more orcs over here.
Those are my orcs. Those are the orcs.
There's too many of them!
Oh, I'm up in your base making a mess.
It's a fight!
I know.
That's a lot of wire towers.
How have you got quite so many vehicles there? What have I missed there? I seem to recall you could get one.
No, you got a cap of 20, so you're at what?
No,
Half?
well, I wasn't at 9, but I was at cap. Yeah. You seem to have an awful lot of. Oh fuck! I tabbed out. You seem to have an awful lot of vehicles. That's all. But yeah, Saka, this is time. So everything's out of his base. Now it's time for you to win. Now, if I'd had sense, I would have moved to Gretchen out.
It's hard to win after you have lost.
Are you not in the game still?
I'm dead.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, commiserations.
Oh, my poor tank. At least you've got las cannons.
Do I? No, that's you. Oh, right, you're talking to the tank.
I'm talking to my tank. I'm at 40% of the map control.
Well, I'm at 20s. Actually, that means there's quite a lot just not captured.
Yeah, working on it.
You can just walk in now. That's it. I've got nothing left. You can't play hide the farm in this, can you?
There we go.
Oh wow! Yeah, Shark. I thought you were still around. Oh fuck me! If I'd had a little bit more, I got quite close. I got closer to making a mess of your stuff than I thought. I was also beginning to wander around the map trying to find some stuff to blow up, and there was nothing left. Go orcs! Now here's the question: did I win? How do I continue from the paused screen?
You just push yes to be able to look around the map to see what was going on.
Right, I've done that. Now I wish to progress. How do I progress? Is it quit game?
Let me test to see. It is quit game, yeah.
Okay. So you two both quit game, and then it goes, blah, 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 has been kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Military. Units lost. Oh, god damn. No, wait, I did win. Yes! Oh my god. Having said that, only by a little bit. Schalke lost 480 units, and your AI friends lost 450.
Well, how the hell did my AI build 450 chaos-based units? That's insane.
I think you're missing the point. How did mine build roughly fuck all? Like, I just had a look, and I don't know what they were doing. They just kind of gone, you know what, let's not bother.
They did keep attacking me, so I kept nibbling away at their resources. But then everybody had so much, that shouldn't have been an issue.
Look at the technology. I reinforced so many units.
350.
Oh wow! I actually won on technology. I got the biggest score.
You did?
Yeah.
How? Oh, because of reinforcements.
And I captured CLs.
Oh, critical locations. Yeah.
Should we do another one just against AI this time rather than?
I'm happy for one against AI.
I like that because I don't.
Works.
So, whether or not any of us had won or lost, the randomness of the AI makes such a difference that you can't quite... Like, if I'd won, you could just say it was because the AI decided to be good. And if I'd lost, you could just say it's because the AI decided to be bad. So it doesn't feel quite so bad.
And I should say the AI is pretty random. Like, the Eldar one was doing pretty well. It pushed quite hard. The Orc one was awful, but I think it's because it was sandwiched between an AI Eldar and me. And my Chaos one was doing quite well until you wrecked it and it just couldn't recover.
I walked in, it wasn't that much. I forgot about sudden death mode. Loss of any strategic point will lose you the game.
Oh,
Okay,
that sounds horrific.
There is another game up, by the way.
I am
On team.
on my way.
They're all on team 2. And they're all race random. Which are the rich ones? Is it Evil Sons are the rich ones, isn't it?
Oh, good lord! Testing my Warhammer
No,
knowledge.
I'm going to go Bad Moons because they're the ones with slightly darker. No, it's Evil Sons was the. Evil Sons was the vehicle. There's a Cult of Speed, but Evil Sons were the rich ones with the most pretty vehicles. So I'm going to go Bad Moons.
I've gone with my custom Alpha Legion.
I mean, I remember when Dawn of War came out, and I bought it, and the moment just the fact it says Army Painter, they exactly knew what people wanted out of it. And this was the first really good Dawn of War game, Warhammer game. I mean, there was Space Hulk it was on DOS, and that was very good.
Chaos Gate was actually surprisingly good.
When was Chaos Gate?
Long time ago. Turn-based, 2D, isometric.
Well, I guess it was Hero Quest, so that's not technically Warhammer. Are you ready, Dave?
Oh, apologies.
I like games where you can click ready to kind of a hint, and the host and user go, nope, we're going. Don't care for AFK.
Yeah, it's that fine balance between having megalomaniac sort of people and.
Well, it's sometimes it's if you're not there, we're going. Especially in a 8-player game, when someone decides to wander off to get a cup of tea. It didn't help. I can't eyeball what the units are. At least with the Space Marines, it's fairly simple. And this one, I'm just sending all my units into attack, going, I don't know, let's just see what happens. Which is a fairly orky approach. So, take the shotgun approach to strategy. How are we all in chat, by the way? A few more people than normal. So it's good to see you guys. I've still seen very little in the way of what's the word? Pattern in number of views compared to what we play. Oh wait, is that the right thing? That's a voice. That's what I want. Wow.
I might go demons this time.
Oh yes, you build listing posts on captured points. That would have helped.
What do you want?
Make for great defense.
Yeah, well, it would have helped if I'd remembered.
There's also a like a hydro high energy thermal plasma generator.
Oh wait,
Point.
Wait. Fuck off, Dave. This is mine. Or is it ours?
I think it's ours. But you can have it.
That's right.
There you go.
I don't think it actually matters, does it? Oh, we don't really share stuff in this, do we?
No, no, not unless you go to diplomacy and click all the share buttons. Just a random laugher of Space Marines is brilliant. Oh yeah, I said I was going to go demons, so I won't get too many of those squads. I do need an armory or two.
I see Umis!
I never played it in sudden death mode. It sounds incredibly stressful.
Yeah, it just sounds awful because it's so easy to snipe a point.
Well, that's when you don't. That's when you defend the points. A lot.
Yeah, I think it may actually counter the game because my feeling is you'll end up being very slow.
Guns might be that way. Let's go the other way.
Ah, right. That's what I wanted. You
Up
guys.
yours!
Go right up to that point there.
For cock and mark!
Yeah, I did try to play Total Warhammer, but unfortunately, it just kind of way too much of the strategy screen and not enough just running out of tons and tons of orcs, which is what I really like doing.
You can do skirmish, so you can skip all that.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just never quite. It was never quite as good as I was hoping it could be. I guess the best way to phrase it.
Build it right up for please.
Don't know why I'm betting loads of WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA Oh,
So there's a guy being attacked.
it's me. Orcs for the orc. God, no wait, that's not either, is it? No, stop following them. Get back here. So I apologise, people who are watching me play, going, "That's wrong. Shouldn't be doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that." Right, I'm doing my best.
Victory countdown has begun.
All right, well, we're going to win in a few minutes then.
We's gonna make it
To be fair, the AI does tend to be pretty, what's the word, obsessive about recovering points, as you should be.
Yeah, I'm confused as to why the victory countdown is beginning on a cap of 1 of 3.
It's the top one, isn't it? Wait, hold on. There are one that
We've only got 1.
we got the only one in the world, so you've got more than 50% of the axe.
Oh, they've got 2. They're winning.
Oh right, okay. Well, we should probably sort that out. Well
I can fix
spotted.
that.
So we didn't just sit back for 6.5 minutes going. Fine, don't worry, lads.
Six minutes until take and hold victory.
We's gonna
Go down to there, so we didn't lose that. Move up to here. You embed yourself into that army. Get one of those.
You're right. We should do our plans outside. Select all units. Attack at once.
Forcing on that west point.
Oh, I need to stop killing my builders by mistake.
Plan worked. Humi's dead. Going after someone called a force commander.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
Oh well, actually more WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA
Do you need a hand over there?
Nope.
Good okie.
Orcs together strong. In no mean box, I clicked rocket launchers, and my god, they fling stuff around. Yeah, the Space Marines have all legged it. So the orcs have just sprinted out of the fog of war, and all the Space Marines turn around and gone, fuck this shit.
Amazing. I've run out of resources.
Where's the fight?
The chaos actually break, because that was one of the really good things about this game. It wasn't always about destroying them, it was about breaking them, as is the original game. You know,
You can't break the demons. You can break the cultists, you can break the marines. The demons aren't having any of it. They don't understand.
It's about 15 seconds to neutralise a capture point. I don't know whether that would count as a loss in critical mode.
No, I think you'll probably have to...
Capture it, not just clear it. Anyway, I've cleared it.
I too have cleared the one on the left.
Oh, that's alright. I shall back off and reinforce them. Now, I said back off. Did everyone get the message? You guys apparently did not. I've done it again. I've built way too many units. Squads.
How can you have too much squads?
Because I'm supposed to have less squads, but more in each squad.
Just do both.
No, because I don't think I've said. Eventually, I run out of abilities to click on stuff.
I always max out everything.
Yeah, I also ran out of room to put more WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA
That's a lot of Space Marines up there. Let's go say hello. Say hello to my little demonic friends.
I like the way a small puddle of water counts as heavy cover as well.
Needing resources. I think I might have built too much defense.
What? Too much what?
Defense.
Too much what?
Everything.
It's not a word I get.
Don't understand the word defense, just body count.
Who's gonna make it nice?
I think you find that's pronounced tactics.
Ah. Oh, my sorcerer is not even embedded into a force. Can join them.
I've got so many units, it's brilliant. And when I send them all in, honestly, all the space will just turn around and run. Alright. Nope.
Ah, I was going for an annihilation victory. Who stole the cap? Mr. Orc.
Yeah, I've just reset one of the countdowns.
Oh, good.
Why are some of my orcs got a green square around them and some have got a purple square around them?
You need something fixed.
Pass.
Glad you're on my team.
For this fight.
Oh, it's starting to get some vehicles out, are they? Time to switch to big ass rocket launchers. And put everyone in frenzy mode.
Just out of curiosity, how many blue and green resources have you guys got?
I've got 6,000 green and 700 blue.
Winner.
What end game? Both.
And I'm fighting 2 sets of Space Marines simultaneously, and they are hurting quite a bit.
Yeah, I kind of just, again, it's quite hard to spend all the resources I get. Like, my units are relatively expensive for their quality, and they're not very good. But, it's quite hard just to spend more.
Victory countdown has begun.
What is it?
Awesome, it said the word victory, so I'm off.
It's time for fight.
What now?
Keep pushing.
Where to?
Great that. More resources.
Smash, chop, stomp. We got more.
What are those? Problem with possessed squads, which are some of my demon units, is they just rush at everything.
That's, again, tactics. Right.
They just have no fear. There's my giant walker thing. fairly sure I had more of these.
I actually am very much a fan of the kind of the meta around the Orc war, that they're all low-grade psychic, and because they believe something will work, it works. Because all of the little bit of psychic power going, this giant mech that I've just built out of bits works.
Held together by willpower.
Literally held together by willpower. Literally a wing and a prayer.
Hello?
It's pretty awesome.
We're gonna make it nice and strong.
Oh, stop going the long way around.
Okay, using words I don't really understand. So I've got like, I don't know, 50 orcs capturing this point, and there's a whirlwind knocking merry hell out of them, but it's not knocking enough of them back. I forgot how much I like playing the orcs. Normally, when I play games, I play in a very defensive way, trying to minimise my losses, play very efficiently. With the orcs, I just fling them in.
5
If I
minutes
lose some,
until
click on this
taking
plus
hold
button
of
some more,
victory.
and I get more orcs.
They are good. The problem with playing them in the actual Warhammer 40,000 is they're so very expensive, because you need to play many.
Yeah. No, you say that, I've got a 3D printer. They're all the same price to me. Free. No, I haven't actually printed out any if you just go to most 3D printing share sites, honestly, it's hilarious. You might as well just say Games Workshop. There's one that it's got a name, and it's something. It's a very fluffy name that says like fan tribute. It might as well just be labelled copyright infringement.
The thing is, the whatever method they use to print their stuff out is still ahead.
Yes. Well, it's not far ahead now. If I've got a 200 quid resin printer, it's pretty much spot on.
That's pretty cool.
4 minutes.
It's resin though, so I need a UV curing station, I need to hire a chemical company to dispose of hazardous waste, and it requires filtration and protective gear. So it's not, not without its drawbacks, but even on my crappy little printer, seriously, if I was 15 again, I would have been the most popular and a rich child at school. I would have pirated it constantly. It wouldn't have been quite as good, but I could sell you a figure for 20 pence.
Yep. Definitely the way to do it.
I mean, to be fair, they did do quite a good job of doing orc plastic sprues.
They are just a little bit overpriced though. They could easily knock £5 off most of their models and they would sell a lot more.
I don't think Games should make an awful lot of money. Because the thing is, I mean, you are right, but there's a massive amount of overhead in production of these models. I mean, the quality is astounding. But there's something called, now is it My Model Factory? And it's been recently kickstarted. And imagine a super high-end MMO character creator. So you go, I want an elf, and I want it to have bigger boobs and blonde hair and pointy ears, and I want it to have a velvet red cape and it's going to be blowing in the wind, and then I want it to have a bigger sword. So you design your character using a very, very high-end character generator, and then you hit print. And they print it out and on some incredibly expensive machines over in, I think, Sweden, and then they post it to you. So you can design it in full colour. And that's amazing. Like, absolutely brilliant.
I bet that's not cheap.
Well, it's about $40.
Nice.
But they're going with the economy of scale. Wait, $40 for a fully printed colour, custom-made minifig. I mean, they've got hundreds of poses. You just, you choose the pose.
So what's the scale?
It's standard, whatever it is, 1.5 inches. What is this? I don't know what the standard is defined as.
No idea.
Yeah, standard Warhammer scale.
Because I assume they're going after like people who want their MMO characters and that kind of stuff.
It's D&D. It's really, if you're playing D&D, you have your character, and then you would never ever equip another cape ever again, obviously.
That's a shame. I'd pay £40 for a version of my World of Warcraft character.
Well, they've done that for ages. You just give them an armory link. You put your gear on, give them an armory link, and when they confirm it, you can then continue to play the game. And
I found my Christmas present to myself.
Did you not know that? I've been doing it for years. I assume it's really good quality now. Oh yeah, I've got my 4 tanks that I've got to send in.
This AI has 5 whirlwinds.
That's how I used to play Space Marine. I used to win a lot of Space Marine because the rules were a bit broken, and I would just play almost entirely range defensive, and you couldn't beat me because the moment you wandered into range, you got decimated. And a couple of Thunderhawk gunships to deal with capturing points, and apart from that, because they couldn't patch the rules. At least not back in the 90s.
Well, they do patch the rules. That's what White Dwarf's all about.
Yeah, so let me get straight. I had to pay £5 a month to buy patches for rules. Possibly for a game I didn't even own. Yeah, I would think about that. I mean, to be fair, I mean I've got the Dark Future expansion pack, both of them, and one of those they published it in White Dwarf, like month by month, the entire expansion pack for free, which was very cool.
Awesome.
I think it was called White Lines.
I've forgotten how incredibly expensive Demon Squads are.
I've got loads of tanks.
Oh no! It's because I've got Horror Squads, and I forgot they you can summon them wherever you want.
Ah, so they're Terminators.
Yeah, like this. One there, one there, one there. So they've been building inside my sacrificial circle, and I've not deployed them.
Noob.
Indeed.
I have a row of 5 tanks here, and something wanders out of the fog of war and gets blown up.
Oh, there we go. Now all the Space Marines are melting because that's basically plasma fire.
I'm spending most of my time just clicking them forward. PC micro.
I'm basically spending most of my time telling my guys not to end up just running off randomly.
Yeah, I gave up on that.
Yeah, but you don't have orcs. Maybe these are particularly willful.
It's true. Also, my possessed squads, they run off randomly and then just murder everything and come back. They don't die as much.
Did they ever do a PC port of any of their space combat games?
Yes, Battlefleet Gothic.
Ah, I have heard of that. It's not part of my Steam queue, so I've not bothered looking at it.
Number 1 was not bad. Number 2 is pretty good.
Kind of just like Homeworld, but set in the Warhammer universe. Oh my god, that'd be amazing with breaching and everything.
This has all that.
Ah.
It's closer to Battlestar Galactica, if you've played that.
I haven't. I played the cancelled Battlefront. No, I played the Babylon 5. No, I haven't played that one.
So it's like it's not turn-based per se, but you plan ahead what you're going to do, and then 20 seconds acts out, and then you plan what you're going to do next. So you have to try and predict what they're going to do, make maneuvers.
Planning.
Yeah, something that orcs don't do.
I'm just trying to select Schalke's units, that doesn't work.
It was kind of confusing that they are not super different colors.
Well, I don't know what. I think yours is black and white checkers. Bad Moons. Bad Moons? No, I think we actually chose the same colours. I got red and black and white checkers too. Oh, and so's the AI. Brilliant.
Yeah, there's 3 orcs here.
Yeah, they're all the same team as well. They're the same colours.
You can turn team colours on as an option to stop that.
Yeah.
But then I can't be pink.
Well, maybe that would be for the best.
What's better than giant pink stompy machines?
Orcs?
I don't agree.
Oh yes, the winner of technology.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Not even close. Man, you were like.
I had
70%
researched everything I could.
Oh, I didn't bother with that. I just kept clicking add unit, add unit, add unit.
Ah, I see. That's where you're getting tech from the reinforcements.
Oh, yes. Instantly gathered an identical number of power, so I assume that means we all built one generator, then didn't think about it again for the rest of the match.
Yes. Because resource rates run high, power is not an issue, really.
Ah, yes, yes.
Power is mostly used for upgrading special weapons and vehicles.
See, I haven't played it long enough. Cool. So, I've got about 4 or 5 Dawn of Wars on my Steam list. So, Dawn of War Game of the Year edition. What does that include then?
Nothing.
Oh.
It doesn't include. I don't think it includes anything of the expansions.
This is the old school Game of the Year, where it just means we're reselling you the same game with all the patches but cheaper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very much so.
to do that, just to re-release Game of the Year edition. What's different? Just patches. So it's the main game. But so I've got Winter Assault, which added Imperial Guard, and then I forgot the rest of them called.
Soulstorm.
What do they add though? Like, do they actually change the gameplay fundamentally, or is it just new races?
It's mostly just new races and a new campaign.
And the Dawn of War 2 obviously went much more micromanaging during the campaign, which was brilliant. Single player or co-op. I mean, you can play co-op through the campaign, which was very good.
Mm-hmm.
But I seem to recall I didn't like the PvP as much because I wanted to build big armies, and I ended up basically micromanaging about 5 units instead. It wasn't quite the same experience.
You kind of get you probably cap out about 7 squads at most, and then you're micromanaging them.
And I seem to recall you just built the Land Raiders and I win button. Like, you got one Land Raider, and that was.
Oh, that depends if you're playing against Putty Thing, who will then destroy your Land Raider in about 4.5 seconds with his Eldar.
And there's Dawn of War 3, which and there's Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, which I remember the story of, which was very good.
Dawn of War 3 is Dota.
Yes, Dawn of War 3, and then everyone went,
And it's terrible, yeah. The campaign is bad. The single-player campaign, it just doesn't feel fun, and the multiplayer is completely ruined.
As I said, one of the things that really made me love Dawn of War from just the moment I ran it was the fact you could do your army painter. Which to me, as a as a player of these games, to me it's essential. So I've just noticed if I click Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, I have got the Red Ones Go Faster achievement to create a customized look for any race in the army painter. Well, I hazard to guess what percentage of players have actually bothered to customize their colors at all.
14%.
3.
Wow.
And at that point, you're like, oh, well, it wasn't even worth bothering to implement at that point. I mean,
I'm always amazed when I look at some of my achievements, and they're like 4 or 5%. And like Wisdom of the Ancients, view a recorded game, 4.3% of players.
Well, I mean, if you take Fortress Craft, it's something like 95% of people who've bought it have played it, have run it. Of that 90%, another 2 or 3%, they've gone to the main menu and they've gone, nah, and just closed it. They've never clicked go, or they've only played it offline. I mean, or there is a couple of, but pretty much there's a bunch of people, and there's a whole bunch of people that didn't even complete the tutorial, which takes 30 seconds. So I lose like 25% of my player base having never put in more than 2 or 3 minutes into the game. Just gone, nope, don't care, not even going to try. And you look through any game. So with Fortress Craft, I specifically designed the achievements to track players' progress rather than do a much more complicated stat tracker. I just unlock achievements as you progress, so I can see where the tail is and how far people get. And it's probably surprising how few, how little some people play some games. It's not just my one. If you look at any game, it's very surprising. I assume in Dawn of War 2, I assume on the first level you'll get a 5-star rating. 25 looks roughly about 25% of people have actually completed more than about 2 levels in the game.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's like it's almost money hand in a fist in some cases. People are buying these things, not playing it.
I mean, here, allies to the cause. Complete 1 mission in co-op in Dawn of War. 6% of players. To me, the co-op in Dawn of War is what made it, because you're suddenly not diving around between units. You've got half as many units each, and you do them, and that was really really good. Really enjoyed that.
But then I don't think I have those achievements for co-op because I tend to play all these games single player.
It's not many games you can play the campaign multiplayer. Dawn of War is excellent. Dawn of War 2 is excellent co-op 2-player because it's not so much it's more micromanaging, but you're not trying to split yourself. Did you play Red Alert 3?
I did, wasn't a fan.
Co-op, it is designed for co-op play. Single player is a nightmare as you're essentially controlling 2 armies at once. So really, really, really good co-op, and I rapidly ran out of games that you can play co-op. It's surprising how rare that is, even when the game doesn't really.
Well, those stats show why, though, don't they?
Well, yes. I mean, I think I may have mentioned to you in Race Driver Grid, we implemented stat tracking. Accurate stat tracking of everything, right down to, is the player playing in stereo? Does the player got a surround system? Many stats tracked, and we used this to form the design document for the next game, Dirt 2. And one of the stats, and I argued to get it put in, and it got put in, and I was damn well right. I argued almost no one plays on internal view. Nearly everyone plays in the highest raised up camera view you can. It's less realistic, but it's a lot easier. And I guarantee everyone plays on that. And I can't remember the exact number, but it was something like 3% of players ever changed the camera, ever played on the internal view. Like a tiny number. And if memory serves, I think it was 150,000 euros to do the cockpits. And I can't remember if that was per cockpit or for all of them. They are enormously expensive. Doing the high resolution textures to the inside of the cockpit, getting the research materials, modelling them perfectly is very expensive.
So getting all the lighting to work.
So we dropped it. We dropped it as a feature, and we said we have done stat analysis. No one is using this, and we're talking about a game that's selling a few million units. So what do we get? We get like 1,000 comments on the forum, and what do? They put it back in, and I'm like, it doesn't matter if 1,000 people comment on a thread. You'll think to yourself, my God, everyone's really annoyed about this. And then you realise the game sold 5 million units, and 1,000 angry people out of 5 million is really not a large number of people. It's the vocal minority, and that's why stat tracking is very, very important. We had this.
That's why we live in the age of telemetrics, because of everybody wants everything to phone home, because what people say and what they do wildly different.
I mean, I'm from the point in writing computer games, so between Burnout 2 and Burnout 3, we were going to put time trials in Burnout 3, and I said, does anyone play them? And they kind of looked at me and said, we don't really know. We don't. But I'm not joking. People used to write us letters at Criterion about how much they liked the game, because it was before the vast majority of people were on the internet. And this is 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004. So they actually write us a letter. And my God, if someone wrote us a letter saying, we really like this feature, my God, would that feature go in? And it was quite amusing, really.
That's the only feedback you had. So you're like, oh, well, they must represent the wider majority, and therefore. Yeah,
I mean, Star Trek had same thing. The original Star Trek got only lasted 1 season, but they received more letters about it being cancelled than they'd ever seen, so they brought it back, and it still got rubbish viewing figures, and so they cancelled it again. So they got more letters, and it got brought back, and it turns out that people were writing 50 or 100 letters each because they really wanted it back.
A modern example of this is Stellaris introduced a new launcher for the game. Mandated to the developers of Stellaris via Paradox, because Paradox wanted the statistics of who's playing the games, as well as a point of sale. There is a forum post that's got thousands and thousands of comments saying, you've ruined a game, take it out, blah, blah, blah. And then when one of the developers did the stats on it, approximately 1/5 of those are duplicated. So if each user's done 20 to 200 posts.
Oh yeah, doesn't surprise. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're not looking out for it, though, you will very much end up paying attention to the forums in the wrong way. So it's a difficult thing to do is to ignore feedback from people, but sometimes you've got to, especially if you have the hard numbers to back it up. Otherwise, we should. We should try a bit more and do as well as playing games to be a little bit more podcasty. I know a lot of people that listen to us just stick us on in the background. Wait. So Crystal Void, you're telling me I'm quiet and he's loud?
That's cool. That's not normally the case.
Ah la la la. How about now? So this is me testing 1 2 3.
And this show has the highest production values.
Well, if you're doing it properly, you've got a proper mixing desk and separate inputs and stuff. How about that? How does that sound? Yeah, a bit better. Hold on. Shall I just turn him right down or just turn him off? The thing is, I mean, when you're doing it's so hard. I have to essentially stare at the bouncy lights on OBS and go, because I'm peaking at about minus 35, well, minus 25, something like that. And Dave, if you say something?
And what am I peaking at, I wonder?
About the same. But I bet you Schalke's completely different. And then if Dave was in, he'd be different again, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah.
Have you played Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine?
Oh yes, I played that on OnLive. It was great.
It's an amazing game.
I played it all the way through on Live, and it worked so well because it wasn't a sort of frame centric shooter. Yeah, absolutely great game. I also played. There's also a Fire Team, I think it's called.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, it's so good. It's
terrible.
Wait, we're talking about the same game. It's a sort of a
when you play as a Tau.
No, different game. It's a game. It's kind of like a Gauntlet clone. It's a twin stick shooter, and you can play 2-player local co-op.
Oh, is that
Kill Squad?
Martyr?
Kill Squad.
Kill Squad.
Let me just Google Warhammer Kill Squad. Unfortunately, it really obviously had all of the networking torn out of it at the last minute. Warhammer 40k Kill Team. Third person shooter, 2-player. It's really good. Unfortunately, I was very saddened because they literally released it and then sacked the entire development team. It's by THQ, came out 2011. It was really, really good. And it was a shame there aren't more like it. So it's very Gauntlet. It's a twin stick shooter. Actually, I'll just pop a screenshot into the.
Is this the salvaged result of the online multiplayer one that they were working on?
It was going to be multiplayer. If you play it, it's really obvious because you click start and it counts down. I'm like, this game only has couch co-op. Why are you counting down? The guy's obviously next to me. But yeah, I had it on my Xbox 360. It was a really, really good game. I would happily play it again. Yeah, great. You fought against a weird boy. You could play a librarian. You could unlock different space marines and play them through with different play styles. And yeah, absolutely 10 out of 10. Can't
You've got Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, which is the Diablo clone.
How would the loot work?
I imagine it's that classic thing: is you only get a decent gun every.
Yeah, but like, how would that work? Like, what do you do? Do you take it back to be blessed? Oh, that's it's the equivalent of. But there's no way an Inquisitor would just find something off a corpse going, you know what? I'm having this.
No, it just wouldn't happen.
No.
Their weapons are almost certainly made on a Forge World,
or
somewhere
20,000 years ago or something.
On a Mars pattern factory or something by some crazy.
Yeah. Wow, good reviews though. Oh my god, how much DLC? Oh,
it's got crap tons. Yeah, they've been going for a while.
20.
They did a soft reboot because.
Wait, hold on. On the DLC, Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr Seal of Inquisition Footprints, £1.50. I'm doing it wrong. Multiplayer online co-op, yeah. I'm just looking at that bit DLC, seeing it's actually got screenshots. Custom footprints of £1.50. I'm just curious because I don't think you can review DLC. Oh, it's got 4 reviews on the DLC. Let's have a look, shall we? Not many people bother to review DLC. Are you actually joking me? They're all positive.
Yeah.
£1.50 for a footstep sprite. Oh, they are glowing footsteps. I see. All right. Well, they're glowing footsteps. Then.
They've kind of done like a Path of Exile thing where yeah, they do look cool, but are they worth that amount of money? Probably not.
Well, I was looking at them. They kind of glow, but even so,
This does go on offer quite frequently, down to about 80%, so you can get all of it for like 15 quid.
So if only JK was listening to our podcast, he would know these things. Oh wait, hold on. There's also corrosive footprints as well. I might just put this into Nomancer as a laugh. Like £1.50 for footprints is because yeah. £1.40 mine for an emote. Oh my god.
So I was going to say the guys behind Total War, their games, they Assembly, that's them. They charge like £2 for blood, but the reason they do that is in part A because they can make money off of it, and B by not having the blood in the main game gets them a lower rating.
Ah, yes, because the DLC would have a different
DLC is not rated. Yeah.
Sneaky.
Super clever. So all the blood and decapitations and stuff, which you look at it and go, they've clearly put a lot of work into this. And then you get the DLC, and the DLC is like 20 kilobytes, and all it's doing is flipping a switch.
Well, I mean, obviously, very famously, Carmageddon jokingly submitted itself for a rating, got promptly banned, and then had to put in the zombie mode. And someone said if it was these days, it'll come with the blood, and the zombie mode would be the patch that everyone downloads to implement.
I like it. I remember the zombie mode. One of the first things I did was change it to blood, so you can run over old grannies.
Well, if you did the German one, they were all robots because you're not even allowed to run over zombies in Germany.
Oh wow! Same as China.
I might have to have a look at Inquisitor just because we are releasing a game that is somewhat similar. It never crossed my mind to just go, here's a shit ton of pet and skin DLC just as a
yeah, a quid here, a quid there.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it.
Well, I mean, that's the plan with Tactics Forever, is to sell the base game for a small amount of money and to sell a lot bits of DLC for it.
So Inquisitor has it did a Diablo where it reinvented itself in the same way that Final Fantasy 15 did, where it flopped on release, and then they went back and they listened to the feedback, worked out why it didn't meet expectations, and then released version 2. And one of the big things they did with this was to speed it up, because a Space Marine would kill things pretty quickly, and also the feel of the weapons. People pointed out that a bolter isn't firing little piddly bullets, it's firing small explosive rockets.
Mm-hmm.
So they went in and they beefed up the sound, beefed up the feel, and everything, made it heavier.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the reviews are generally very good, so I'll probably stick it on my wish list, certainly.
I'd be more than happy to jump in with you when it's just because I don't actually own that one. It's on my wish list, and I just missed it on the last sale because I budgeted on other things, namely X-Men Chimera Squad.
I haven't played that one.
It's not to say is it an XCOM game? Absolutely. Look, feel, taste.
Oh right, yes, that one. Yeah,
it is an XCOM game, but is it a full-blown XCOM game? No, it costs £10, but it's a fantastic XCOM experience for £10.
Yes, the the Eurogamer review was a bit weird. They were just going on about breaching's really good, and then they didn't really explain very much about the game.
The breach mode is fantastic. It gives you that idea that you're actually a competent squad of people going in to deal with a situation, rather than just turning up, jumping out of a spacecraft and being shot by 20 aliens.
Really, I kind of liked the. I mean, I played XCOM, I played Terror from the Deep, and it really amused me because you had these guys and their job. You're like, all right, John, right, your job is to be a sniper You'll be fighting aliens with psychic powers, and then they turn up and they run into aliens and they fucking run away in terror. I'm like, dude, this is your job. This is all you've been trained to do. And you're like, holy shit, there's actually aliens. Yes, there is. Right.
That was always fun because they always hired people out of other forces, so you always received people that were SAS or special forces or police officers, etc. So they should all be very highly trained. You put them into the field, they see one little sectoid and they cry.
So the Inquisitor actually has an A/B video of the old version and the new version, which is quite a good idea. Yeah, it looks alright. I'd say I'm not sure necessarily if we stream that one because I'm trying to stick with the older stuff in this where I can.
Space Marine fits the older category. When was that released?
Space Marine was single player, wasn't it?
No, it's got multiplayer mode. It's got Horde multiplayer mode.
It doesn't have proper multiplayer then.
It's got deathmatch as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was definitely born in 1901. Wow, there was a lot of expansions for it. Basically, I played it on OnLive, which is it was one of the I got to choose a free game, and that was the one I picked, and it was very good. Enjoyed it, ran very well. Gosh, 2011. Wow.
Yep. Still looks good now.
That was Relic for you. They probably all just Dawn of War assets, isn't it?
The single player campaign was good. It's one of those. Do you remember a Star Wars Republic Commando?
Yes. I don't know if I play it very much though. I remember it most certainly, but
absolutely fantastic game that kind of went under the radar. And a similar game that went under the radar is Star Trek Elite Forces.
That one I do remember, yes, because it got basically slated because it wasn't very Star Trek-y. And they're like,
it was so good.
It's like, oh, come on, let's run around and blow stuff up in the Star Trek universe. Come on, stop complaining. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just reused Dawn of War 2 assets for, or vice versa, whether Space Marine was they're creating assets for the next Dawn of War. But yeah, it does actually look quite good. It does have full controller support. That's the thing. I try, and it's difficult. I try when I'm playing games to just play them on a pad rather than using a mouse the whole day, and then using the mouse the whole evening as well. So I do try to mix it up, and it shocks me how few games have full pad support. So it's something I have vowed to try and implement in all my games is pad friendliness wherever I can.
I suppose it makes the conversion to console a little bit easier.
It does as well. I mean, with Nomancer, I rapidly ran out of buttons on the pad very quickly. It's so easy going, I will have a dodge and a block and an attack and a pickup and a previous to the next, and there aren't any more buttons. Okay. And if you play, so we've been playing Dungeon Defenders, and Dungeon Defenders is excellent on a pad, especially for such a complex game. They also spent a lot of time on it. And then they implemented a new character class, and they very obviously did it all on the mouse. And at the end of it went, oh yeah, we should probably implement some sort of pad support. So you've got radial menus, and their system only supports 5 options in a radial menu. So when you've got 6, you've got a central radial menu option. So you select the radial menu and then don't move the cursor to select the middle one. And if you choose a direction, you can't go back. And you're like, oh my god. Because what's happened here, I've been in the situation. The main team has written it and they've moved on, and then what happens is a very small team has a very short period of time in order to do the DLC, and they didn't know how to update the UI. So you get these sort of skeleton crews. Yeah, you see a lot in Warcraft. You see a lot of it, and they don't know how to implement something properly, so they've implemented it in a wrong way. But the best one of these by far at the arcade, we've got Outrun 2 Special Tours. So Special Tours is a patch. It's a sequel to Outrun 2. It's an arcade machine, and it gives you a bunch more tracks and a bunch more modes to play. And it's a better game. It's obviously done by a bunch of people who didn't know what they were doing. And one of the things they didn't know how to do was to write to the solid state flash RAM. So what they did is they modded the circuit board to give the machine an extra 8 megs of RAM, and they stuck a battery on there. So it stores all of the Outrun Tours SP stuff in the main RAM and keeps that special 8 megabyte stick of RAM live with a battery. Because our battery's knackered, so every week it loses all its settings. We need to replace it. And I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the documents and the schematics, and I'm like, they didn't know how to write or update to the main RAM, or they're out of room. But I'm sure you could have solved this. But you know, they came up with a different solution, and it's obviously this skeleton crew of people keeping the game alive.
They've been given a deadline, had to reach it, or otherwise end of game.
Yes,
it's terrible.
All right, I
see a lot of games that look like if they just had 3 more months of funding and development time.
Yeah.
But I guess someone's got to draw the line somewhere with a lot of these things.
Well, yeah, otherwise you get Duke Nukem or Star Citizen.
Indeed. Star Citizen. Now that's not a topic we're going to talk about.
It's worth watching some of the early Duke Nukem videos, by the way, because they had so many cool ideas, and they went through about 4 engines. And I've been in that situation. I worked on Body Count, and then the same thing. They just kept on going through engines, and in some cases they spent 4 or 5 months evaluating an engine. I'm like, dude, I could have written your game in 4 or 5 months. It would have been very good, but it would have made more money than you spunking 4 months of 50 people's time going, "No, we're not going to use this engine." So
that's bonkers, absolutely bonkers.
Well, yeah.
I think in that time the guys behind Unknown Worlds, who made the mods Natural Selection, then went on to write their own game engine to make Natural Selection 2, and now are of Subnautica fame.
Yeah.
I think it took them, I think it was 10 months to make a working-ish engine. I mean, they shouldn't have built an engine at all.
Yeah, they should just use the source engine, but
They should just use source code, yeah. But it has worked out for them, other than they're kind of stuck with what they've got. So
what's the name of the guy? Is it Flayra?
I can't remember the chap's name.
Because I know him. I've known him for years because we were chatting about getting him into work on Burnout. So I've known him since then. He decided he said he wanted to do PC games, not console, and we're like, that's fine. But because he's American, I think, so we didn't come in for a job interview, but we were going to fly him over. And then obviously Natural Selection 2 came out, and it very subtly did very well. It didn't like shake any foundations, but just quietly sold a whole bunch.
Yeah, it's the Natural Selection community was pretty big. So when they came out, and because of their press releases that they did, showed off some very fancy stuff, like when the aliens take over sections, all the alien goo organically grows over the map and converts it from a marine-looking base to an alien-looking base.
Yeah,
that was interesting. I mean, that never got released in that manner, but they got pretty close, because the biggest problem they had was how to synchronize that across 40 players.
Yeah, I used to do Natural Selection 1 maps, which was extremely complex. Good fun though. And I like Natural Selection 1, but I found that no one wanted to play the commander, so I ended up always playing the commander.
Combat mode was the one I ended up playing all the time, where there was no commander and kills equal upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this natural escalation that occurs by about 15 to 20 minutes into the game. There's 4 or 5 Onos running around, and people have got jetpacks and grenade launchers. That, for me, was the best way of playing it, because, as you say, the biggest problem was getting a competent commander who can actually direct another 10 to 15 players each.
Yeah, speaking of which, we should probably... have you got... I guess you do, AVP Classic.
No, that is a game.
Because it's only £1. Well, it was only £1.
Some of the best asymmetrical gameplay that there is in any game ever.
Yeah, I had a mate over for my birthday, and chat with him. Turns out his wife was the producer on it. I'm like, you have got to be joking. Shake your hand. Oh my god, we played that so much. It was such a good game. She was chatting to me about some of the ridiculous and insane things the programmers were doing without really telling anyone. Like, it's entirely dynamically lit, so you can take out all the lights. So as an alien, you just wander around going and just take out a whole chunk of lights in an area, so the Marines won't know where you are, and then you make sure you're not there. Explosions actually get like funneled by shafts, so if you have an explosion, it's not just sprite. It'll actually run down corridors and round down side vents. Just incredible, absolutely wonderful. And if you've ever been to a LAN party playing AVP, and you just, you're on the ceiling, you just drop down, tail whip someone, you hear someone on the other side of the room just scream in horror as they've been killed. Just so good.
It is a beautiful game. We used to play it with a single predator,
Mhm.
3 aliens, and then or 3 or 2 aliens, and then everyone else is marines, so like 5 to 7 marines, and that would be a balanced game.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the marines would all be grouped together, going very, very slowly to every corner, checking every vent, setting up turrets. The predator would just be jumping in, sniping one out, running away, or hunting down some aliens, and the aliens were just picking people off left, right, and centre.
Well, we'll see. Actually, we'll see.
Beautiful game.
We'll see who's got it. I've got a bunch of friends who have played it. But not for a while. Anyway, I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to wander off and do some other stuff. So thank you very much for playing. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed that a lot more just because it's quite fun to have an AI opponent on your team, even if he gets stomped. It's his fault, not mine. And quite frankly, as an orc, it's fun anyway. No specific plans coming up. Again, as ever, let us know what you would like us to play. If anyone determines we have to play a bad game, we've got Dead Island lined up for a bad game, and we have a huge amount of games, and we've barely touched Doom. We've barely touched Dawn of War, so we've got lots and lots and lots of things to play. So if something you'd like to let us know what you would like us to play in the comments, which none of you do. You're all rubbish, apart from me. So thanks, Dave. Thanks, Shulker. And just a reminder, over this entire evening, I've lost the biggest number of units, so therefore that makes me the winner. And quite frankly, winning is the important part at the end of the day. So thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.